Last time, we discovered that, well, my players discovered that a necromancer accidentally sent a bunch of undead to kill random people. His folly ended up in the destruction of himself and somebody he was trusted as an ally. And our heroes were introduced and employed by a mysterious organization, saying that they're here to help the population. 2 days have gone by since you guys have been hired into this organization. What have each of you been doing?
Well, I've been working for Garbanzo Venus at his store as a financial advisor. I managed to persuade him that he could jack up the prices of his health potions by an additional gold piece, given the name attached to it. And also had a conversation with Borman about trading me the Be Good stick for the Belt of Thorns.
Right.
And I also summoned a summoned a familiar named Scruff, who is a dog.
Yep.
I have just been exploring the campus, honestly.
When you explore the campus, you see many of the different areas, like training room. There's a small cafeteria-like area, mostly used for breakfasts and lunches. When you walk around the quad and check things out, you hear some of the other employees being like, "Why the fuck did Garbanzo Venus raise his potion prices? Whose idea was that?" You kind of have an idea on who it might be.
Huh, Alex, you're a dick.
John, what has Borman been doing?
In the first day, he's been meeting up with his other mercenary group a bit, and spent the night there, and returns with a few additions of a black eye and a bit bigger than usual.
All right.
If everybody notices, I don't know.
Many of the normal employees notice, but they don't say much. People come back hurt all the time, apparently. It's, from what you guys can tell, it's that kind of employment at times. The three of you have seen where your dorms are at, and you're tucked away at the end of a hallway, where each of your dorms are the three walls meeting at the end. You're close by each other.
Are they separate rooms?
They're separate rooms.
Oh, thank God we don't have to blunk.
They're pretty,
In my
Oh, what? Sorry.
I was gonna say in my room, I've set it up. I've set up like a small library of information for Alex to read and pull from.
They're pretty
to help him with his arcane studies.
Generic but comfortable rooms and easy to decorate to your own liking. Alrighty.
I'm gonna put a big time Rush poster up.
Sorry, it's just like the second wave hit me. One of the other neighbors come into your room at, coming to welcome you into the organization, and he just looks at the big time Rush poster, and he looks at you with a sad face and just goes, "Tell me why."
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
You hear from Min's room, "Tell me why."
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
And you're just sitting there like, "Man, quit judging me for my music tastes."
Yeah.
You get to hear groaning coming from Borman's room.
Just like, shut up. Oh my God.
It'd be more like thump thump.
like the old lady with the broom hitting the roof of her apartment because the upstairs The upstairs are too loud.
Also,
Yeah, but
Alex
I'm
would
sure-
have the reason why Alex would have been working with Garbanzo Venus was in exchange for a personal discount.
Yeah, seeing that the profits actually, you've been correct so far. He thinks he can get you a discount now. Matt, I heard the snapping.
I was doing finger snap pointing.
Yeah, I know.
The finger guns.
The morning of your second day, or more like the morning of your third day here, a communication stone glows in each of your rooms. It's the captain calling for you three to come see her in her office.
I'm gonna go ahead and step out into the hallway.
I'm gonna leave last. I'm gonna wait for Borman and Mint to get there, and I'll meet them there. I have a thing I want to go do.
I see. So, question.
Oh, Borman's leaving with me.
Borman. Just for the strangeness of this. Since you're on the end of a hallway. So since we're on the edge of a hallway, like the end of a hallway, which one of you has the end room?
I had the end room.
You took the end room? Okay.
I took the room in the corner. While they're going straight to the captain, I'm gonna make like a pit stop off at Garbanzo Venus's.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna kind of check in and be like, "Hey, boss, I probably won't be available for the next day or two. Seems like the captain wants us for something.
He looks at
You're a sorcerer. You could figure out how to send a message." And I just kind of...
Yeah. He looks at you and he's like, "You've been doing this for volunteer work, man. Like, go do your real job. You're fine."
fair enough. Just kind of back out the door and follow them with my familiar dog Scruff following me, and I'll meet them there like 5 or 10 minutes after they've been there.
Well, yeah, you head over there, and the captain hasn't opened her door since all three of you aren't there just yet. And when you see your allies, your friends, your dog, your little familiar Scruff runs up like a happy dog seeing new faces or friendly faces, and tries to tackle Borman but cannot move him.
I imagine it like runs up and puts its front 2 paws on him, and like it's just...
Yeah, exactly.
Borman blushes.
Oh.
Can I pet your dog?
Yes, please.
I'm going to go and pet the dog.
The dog immediately lays down and asks for belly rubs.
I give him the belly rubs.
Oh man, this is the happiest dog you have ever seen. That tail is wagging. That tail, if wasn't attached to the body, would fly right off.
Y'all want to see a really cool trick I can do with him?
Yes.
I point a finger gun at him, and I go, bang! And he disappears in the dust, and I look over at Borman, and I say, bang! Again, with another finger gun, and he teleports on top of Borman's shoulder.
That's so cool!
It's the best of dogs. It is the worst of dogs.
I can teleport the familiar within 30 feet.
The doors open up, and you can see that the captain is pacing back and forth with something on her mind, next to her big window looking over the quad.
I'm gonna send Scruff in first ahead of all of us to just kind of go and distract her, to just kind of be like, hey, we're here.
She, pets the dog, gently. Not like worried gently, but more like, just kind of...
Whose dog is this?
Like,
Kind of gentle.
Yeah, exactly. And then she turns around and looks, oh yes, I'm glad you three came.
You did send for us. This is Scruff.
I see you have a familiar. Who's a good
Yeah.
familiar? She goes down to its level and scruffs his, his neck, the sides of his neck. Or scratches, not really scruffs.
I was about to say, Scruff means like she picked him up by the neck.
No, I know. Yeah,
Strong ass woman.
I realized that after I had said it, Matthew.
She probably could.
um, she stands back up, a little calmer now, that she got to pet a dog.
Everybody's happy with pet dog.
Dogs release endorphins in your brain. Don't even forget it. um, she looks at you. I have a mission. Well, a recovery mission for you. One of ours hasn't come back from his yet.
How long has it been?
Day and a half, almost 2 days. It was supposed to be quick. We didn't expect it to take very long. I can't reach him on a Stone of Far speech.
Do we know what he was going to retrieve?
We got, our scouts noticed a crazy magical artifact activation there, but we never really got a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
His goal was to go in, get it, come out. 20-minute adventure.
I see.
Maybe he got stuck traveling.
That, once you realize how we travel, would be quite difficult, honestly.
Maybe shit got sideways. Maybe it was a more complex situation than we realized.
That's what I'm afraid of. And that's why we're sending back up.
Well, all right.
We're, You're looking for a kobold named Thatcher. He's a warlock. You might have seen him around.
Would I have seen him in the? Would I have seen him in Venus's shop?
No, but he was in the bar the first day you were there.
Oh, okay.
I think I recall.
You recall, but it was a hazy night due to a lot of drinking.
I seem to recall. Thinks back about me nursing my wounds at a bar.
All right. Well, we know that we sent him to the town of Turnbuckle. And if you head to the portal room and tell our portal master Miles there, he'll know exactly where to send you.
There's a portal room?
Yes, it's how we get everyone to their locations.
I just kind of look over at Borman like, what the fuck? What are we getting into?
Borman's just stopped still.
We
like stoic.
Yeah, we send our scouts out, and then they come back, and then we can portal our scouts to the furthest distance they've gone, and then they don't have to go nearly as far again. So they can go the same amount of distance each time, and still come back.
Interesting.
But then we send our employees through them if we spot something.
I see.
How fascinating.
So please get yourself prepared and figure out what this mess is. You can tell there's worry in her eyes, and you can see that she genuinely cares about her people.
By the way, we never caught your name. We've just heard people referring to you as the captain.
Yes, it's we have to make sure that people are going to join for that very reason. My name is Abigail.
I'm sorry, you cut out for us.
Yeah. All I heard is my name is
Abigail.
Abigail. Okay.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Abigail.
Of course. And
finally. And like Scruff is still over by her.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like sits down and sticks a paw up for Shake.
Formally, formally we finally really met. She shakes the dog's paw first. Aren't you a good boy? And she gets like some kibble or something out from a desk and gives it to the familiar. I always have some just in case people bring their familiars in. No one's gonna mention
like a dog trying to get bloat. He starts huffing it down as fast as he can.
Alrighty. And then she goes to shake the rest of your hands and stuff. Like a very formal, like strong grip, but not too strong. Like the perfect handshake.
My God, this is arcane knowledge. Nobody handshakes that perfectly.
You
It must be the glove she's wearing.
you think arcane knowledge. Borman thinks this is some sort of wisdom that I am not privy to just yet.
Meanwhile, Jazz is just like, this is a normal fucking handshake.
Yeah. Like, what kind of pansy all handshakes do you have?
We're wizards. We're not known for our strength. It's kind
Yeah,
of
I
a
was gonna
dead
say,
fish
Matthew
situation.
is a wizard. Alrighty.
It's kind of like you try to squeeze their knuckles back after they break your hand.
Oh God. So after that, you guys head to the portal room.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I mean, you've already spent all your money preparing last time, so.
No, and I forgot that it was still on there. I'm gonna take the little sign vest thing that was on Scruff, advertising for Venus's shop. I'm gonna take his little thing off and just kind of stash it
Give
away.
me about a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry, I
You know
forgot that
I
it had
have
him.
an hourglass here that's a minute. I'm going to time him. You think I'm kidding?
Probably taking a pee. Don't worry about it.
It has been 10 seconds.
So you guys head to the portal room, and you're met. The room is brightly lit with one massive gate.
Well, what's all this then?
well, what's all this then? I just got it. There is a massive gateway in the centermost part of the room. 20-something human male is sitting on a chair nearby, using his quarterstaff to balance his head while he sleeps. When you wake him, he stumbles and nearly slams his face into the arm of the chair. Oh, jeez. You must be the guys that are going to be sent to recover Thatcher.
Yes, that'd be us.
My, are you okay?
My job is the portal room, and not every day is a mission, so I have to keep it watch. It gets boring sometimes. Sorry. He pats himself off a little, like, flattens his shirt down. It was kind of crinkly from sleeping. It's really nice to meet you. I'm Miles, the portal master. I send people to their missions. Sure, you got that from. Oh my fucking god, guys.
Just get back and we're ready.
They're typing in the chat on Roll20. Matthew is typing Ana Miles Kuhn. And Jazz is like, don't you fucking do this.
No, what's really funny is like RR intensifies at the same time as he's like RR Miles Kuhn. It's like, oh god.
Alrighty then.
Well, quick question, Jacob. With the quarterstaff of extending, I have named it the power pole because it's a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Yes, it is.
Can it shrink down to less than 5 feet?
It cannot. It can only go to 5 feet or to 15 feet.
Damn, because if it could, I was going to
Anywhere
shrink it
between.
down to like the size of like the perfect throwing stick and throw it through the portal for Scruff.
He smiles and like gives you all a handshake, or it's a friendly handshake, and pats each of your shoulders while he does it.
Is it nearly as perfect as the captain's?
Oh God, no! Nothing could be as perfect as the captain's. But his is like that bro handshake where he's like doing it because he's your friend and all.
I do the full Abdal, or no, not Abdal. God, what was it? It was the full fucking handshake between Kakyoin and
Oh yeah.
what's his fucking name? The big titty French guy from JoJo's. Polnareff.
Yeah.
The big titty French guy.
It's the joke.
You big titty French boyfriend.
Yeah. Everyone's super muscular in JoJo for the first few parts, so that's why.
That man straight up has a rack.
He immediately like catches your drift with the handshake and goes with it too.
Amazing.
he goes to pick up a book. And he's like, "Let me just get Turnbuckle, right?" And he scrolls through his book to get the right enchantment to put in the portal. He places the portal on, and swirling energy fills the doorway. And he's just like, "Oh, don't worry. Once you get there, the portal will stay open. You guys just have to find your way back."
Okay.
Could you do me a favor, Miles? Do you have like a scrying stone that you can communicate with the captain with for me?
Yeah.
I forgot to ask her while we were there.
He,
Could you ask her if maybe I could get a order placed for the... Basically, I want the design of the scarf on my robe that I wear.
Do you have a spare one in your room?
Yes, there is a spare robe. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just take off my robe and I'm gonna hand it over to him.
He's like, "Oh."
Like my big heavy cloak.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, okay."
I'm gonna just hand that to him and just be like, if you could be a deer, like I understand laundry ain't your job, but just
I mean,
I
yeah.
think it'd be neat.
I'll hold on to it. Yeah, I think she'll really appreciate that.
It'd make the scarf thing go a whole lot better, and I could give it to Scruff so it looks like I'm coordinating with the dog. You know how it goes.
That's so fucking cute, Matthew.
I love that.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, of course. Yeah, she's really gonna appreciate that." Anyway, he goes, he slings your cloak over his chair, and he's like, "All right, the portal awaits you."
I'm gonna kind of like wave my hand through the portal first.
Foreman steps on through.
Wait, Jazz, you go to do that, and your hand looks like it kind of like disintegrates in the portal, and you just see Borman turn basically into dust when he walks in.
Oh, that's not reassuring.
It doesn't feel painful, and you feel your hand on the other side of the portal, but like you can feel the fresh air through it, but like you can't see it.
I'm gonna look down at Scruff, and like he'll kind of return the look with like a half cocked head, and just be like, "Ratio," and we're both just gonna run through the portal.
Jazz, you watch your friend and his dog disintegrate in the portal.
Well, fuck it. I trust the dog. I go through the portal.
I trust the dog.
Might as well roll to see which of those two ran into mine. Who did Warman?
It would probably be me.
The energy of the portal magic swirls around you, spinning and spinning, until you come to a stop in the middle of a forest outside the town of Turnbuckle. It is a modest town, even more modest than Felden, where the only two buildings taller than one story are the church in the center of town and the mayor's office.
Okay. I also just want to point out that because none of you guys have seen Alex without the big robe that he wears. You guys notice that like the attire that he's wearing is not really that of a wizard's. He's wearing just kind of like a classic vest, like a deep blue vest with a white dress shirt, along with just some basic adventuring pants and some hiking boots. Not typical of a wizard.
From the west, are you?
From the west, are you?
Further down south.
Southwest, one might say.
One would say southwest.
Alrighty.
Really more central west of the continent, but or central south of the continent, but it's all good.
Would you guys like to roll me a perception check?
I would love to roll you a perception check.
Can I roll for me and the dog?
Sure.
Or do I get to pick one?
You can do for the dog too, but you gotta go off of the mastiff's wisdom.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, damn.
Not
It's
terrible.
a 15 for me.
What the fuck?
And a 4 for the dog.
Okay, the dog doesn't notice it.
Actually, I'm sorry, I rolled that wrong. That's a 3 for the dog.
Okay, well the dog doesn't notice it, but the rest of you is 16 and 15. You notice that the gate, you see that the gates aren't just an archway. There's a murky gray color swirling around inside of it for this town.
Is this some sort of like magical barrier?
You remember that this is the same kind of barrier from the Hammerclasp Kingdom.
Hmm.
You can see that the gate is also made by Hammerclasp. As
For
it is.
for shits and giggles, the magical barrier that we can see. What
Yes.
color is it?
It's like a gray swirling vortex, or like a gray swirling energy. You're not used to seeing the gates having energy showing.
That's weird.
For the sake of shits and giggles, since we're kind of in the woods, we can see it, but the town can't really see us.
Yep.
I'm gonna fire a ray of frost at the town.
Oh, okay.
Does it strike a building? Does it?
You shoot your ray of frost towards the town, and do you shoot like there's a big fencing around the town, and then there's like the area above the fence that you can kind of see the tops of buildings, but most of them are low enough.
I'd really just be shooting at the fence.
Okay. You shoot at the fence, and it hits the fence, but then it kind of just as the spell starts to dissipate, it stops part of the way through dissipating.
That's weird.
Is that not normal?
Well, I mean, the ray of frost, I would expect there to be some icy residue, of course, but it's... What temperature is that at outside? What time of year would you say it is right now?
It's probably like late spring, early summer.
Yeah, that should be melting. That's weird. Either way, we're going to need to remember that this portal is kind of in the woods. I'm just kind of going to walk out into a clearing before the town, and I'm going to plant my quarterstaff down into the ground and just kind of wrap my scarf around it, tie it off, and kind of look back at the party and go, shall we mosey on into town?
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right.
You head towards the main gate, and you see there's a guard standing there with kind of a vacant expression in his eyes.
Have we
So
come
I pick
up
up
with
a rock.
for ourselves?
What, Matthew?
Hello.
I was asking the team, have we come up with a group name for ourselves yet? Or,
Do we need one?
I mean, we're going by the Nuetralizers right now, but I don't think they want us broadcasting that out loud.
Hmm.
You're all just kind of like,
So I pick up a rock.
we never thought of this.
Well, they're discussing that, and I pick up a rock.
Okay, what do you do with the rock?
I toss it past the guards.
The guard doesn't seem to do anything. And the rock goes, hits the ground, and as it bounces, stops a little bit off the ground.
Well, that definitely isn't normal either.
I'm gonna, because the rock stopped and the guard didn't seem to look at it. I'm gonna pull out a piece of parchment from my scholar's pack and I'm gonna write "kick me" on it. And I'm kind of gonna stuff it into his uniform as best I can, so like it's kind of in between his belt and the back plate.
So you walk through the gate to go do that?
Yes, I'm gonna walk. I'll have written it and then walk through the gate.
Okay. Do the rest of you follow him?
I'm gonna kind of wave my hand in front of the guard's face.
So yeah, you have to walk through the gate to do that too, for the most part.
Okay.
If you're getting as close as I think you're getting.
Okay.
I follow.
You follow? When you enter the town, the world turns to black and white. And the first thing you notice is that all of the other people past the gate as well are frozen in place. Time stands still here, but the three of you are moving around uninfected. At least you think so for now.
I don't like how you worded that.
I don't like how you worded that. Fucking damn it, Matthew. He said they don't allow people of color here. That's really funny because it's a black and white world.
That was the joke.
So yes, you You do that. Jazz, you
Is
wave
the
your.
sign like tucked in?
You're able to tuck the sign into a nice spot, and Jazz, you wave your hand, and the guard does nothing.
I'm a boop him in the nose.
You touch him, and he feels cold to the touch.
Hey guys, I think he's dead.
Does he have a coin purse, Jacob, or does it look like he's stuffing his pockets with gold?
I mean, you can't really see on him if he has anything, and even if you tried to open his pockets, they won't move due to the time being frozen.
That's unfortunate.
I'm gonna poke him with the power pole
Yeah.
and kind of like try and push him over.
Roll me a strength check.
Strength check?
Yes.
Oh boy. Hey guys, you guys want to see a wizard perform a feat of strength?
Yeah, let's see it.
Cool. Roll a 6.
It pushes you over. It's more like you try to push, but your force pushes you back instead.
I pick up
Man,
Alex with
this
one
is-
hand.
This is a sturdy individual. Hey, put me down.
Down.
Back
Scruff's
onto
like
his
running
feet.
around at where my feet should be on the ground, kind of barking up at you.
I didn't even lift you that high.
Alrighty.
He's
Well, if
very
I can't push
sensitive
him
about
over,
big
then I'm gonna have Scruff pee on his leg.
Okay. So
This poor guard.
Um,
This poor guard.
I'm sure the rest of you turn away so you don't watch a dog piss because that's kind of weird to just stare at a dog pissing.
you see Borman covers his
I'm gonna
nose.
ask
Well,
Alex,
no.
why are we bullying this poor guard?
What he gets for not responding to us. fucking
I look
right?
at the townspeople that are also not moving at all. Right.
Also, fuck it. He's a guard. He deserves this. I'm sure he's an asshole.
When
Excuse you?
when the dog's done using the guard as his fire hydrant, the piece freezes midstream once he stops peeing.
So, guys, I'm beginning to think that this guard's not being rude.
Huh, you think so, Alex?
Well, it just dawned on me that he threw a rock and it stopped in midair. I shot the town with a ray of frost and it's still not melting. And this guard hasn't responded to a kick me sign or being peed on or trying to be knocked over.
Just God bless
If I
your
had
heart.
to guess, I'm gonna actually pull out my grandfather's tome for this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna start skimming through it.
You're using it more as a history book, I see. Yes, of course.
Mhm.
Or like
And,
information booklet.
And do I see anything in the book about things not moving or time being frozen?
Not really time. Well, if you go far enough, of course, there's the spell Time Stop at the 9th level spell Time Stop. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Which is all the way in the back, of course. But this is lasting way longer, obviously. But you also see a spell that you scroll by, called, is it Feign Death? Which, Feign Death is the other one you see after, seeing that these people are also cold to the touch.
Are their like lips blue and like they're not breathing?
They're not blue, but they aren't breathing or anything.
So guys, I'm beginning to think that this may be what we're looking at here, but on a much wider scale. And I kind of show Mint and Borman the book,
I'm gonna go ahead and read the
like
spell.
with the page that has Feign Death.
Feign Death makes a target appear to be dead to everyone outside, and they are basically in stasis. So they can't get affected by poisons or curses until the spell ends.
I mean, Seems about right.
Oh.
If you go around
I look
poking
around
the
this-
other, if you go around poking the other townsfolk, you can tell they're also cold to the touch.
I look around to see if there's anything else different other than the whole
Yeah.
everything frozen.
Do you want to roll me an investigation check?
Can I roll one too?
Everybody can roll one if they want. Oh my. Huh. This is magic! Borman says out loud with a 1.
Oof, that is.
I'll roll for me, and then I'll roll for Scruff.
This is magic.
Please, the dog. Aw, damn it.
Oh. What do you see with your eyes?
There goes our crit for the day.
Scruff McGruff assisted me in taking a bite out of crime.
The dog did not. So John, Jazz, and the dog didn't really notice. They're all just like, this is magic! All with the same look on their face, including the dog.
The dog made it a magic.
Yeah, exactly. The dog made it a magic.
I like to imagine while like everybody was investigating, Scruff was like rolling around in the pile of like frozen mud, and Borman's just watching him.
Borman just like, dog, you're not gonna get any mud on you with this.
Bark, bark.
So, Matthew, as you get deeper into the town, with your friends who are kind of blatantly unaware of everything that's going around them, you notice that you start to see ghostly images of a few seconds before the people were frozen, leading up to their spot.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go deeper in, there's ghostly images of people doing full actions before they go into their frozen spot. As if caught on repeat.
Can I interact with the actions that they're performing? Like if somebody's like skipping, can I trip them they freeze into place? Or is it
to try and touch these ghostly visages, and you kind of just phase through them. As if they were ethereal. But you're seeing them.
I'm gonna cast planar shift now.
You get stuck in the ethereal realm. You cannot get out. No. You're halfway between the two of them. No.
Mr. Borman, I don't feel so good.
And as you
the saddest character death is Alexander. He's instead of getting to play as a new character, I have to play as Scruff.
Oh God. And as you get closer to the center of town, you spot a ghostly figure just sitting on a bench near a body that looks like his own. Kind of looking forlorn a bit.
I'm gonna nudge Borman, and I'm gonna point at the body. Where's the body? On the ground, or is it
like? The body
like
is standing guard, like
over the guy who's sitting?
Like not over the guy who's. You can tell he's standing guard, but you think it's maybe to the town hall or the church, which are really close to each other and nearby.
Now I thought there was supposed to be a separation of church and state.
This is medieval times, Chad. What the fuck?
Not in this country.
Position.
I'm gonna nudge Borman pretty hard, like I'm gonna fucking like elbow him as hard as I can, but that's a -1 to strength, so it's just kind of like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna nod over at the guy sitting down and the same guy standing next to him. Why'd the spell copy itself? That ain't how magic works. Could you
just gives you a look and shrugs?
Could you come with me to go talk to this guy? Meant you too, but make yourself scarce. Just kind of do your disappear into the shadows thing.
You want me to hide?
Figure sitting on the bench.
Just in case. Oh shit! All right. Well, Borman's just going right.
Matthew's the jazz planning, and Borman just walks up to him.
You see Vince just fade into shadows.
Mint turns to dust.
So you just walk. Do you say anything, John?
Borman snaps a finger.
He looks up at you surprised.
Hmm.
He as you were the only people moving around freely. He just noticed you. He looks about 18. He's a half-elf, above average height, carries a sword and shield as if he's part of some militia in this town. Both figures have the same outfits and looks to them. Well, isn't this a sight for sore eyes? People freely moving?
Howdy.
Does that mean
I say as I'm like 20 feet away from this guy.
You being that distance away, there's a spark in his eye, and he's like, "Does that mean the curse is finally lifted?" And he sits up.
No. It's just like,
I believe
no.
you're referring to what's going on around here as the curse.
Yeah, and I mean this is a curse, right? I don't know much about magic. I'm just a soldier.
Well, you
Same.
see, and I'm gonna
Foreman agrees with him.
I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna sit down next to him with the book, and I'm just gonna use every complex term I can involving the arcane to just really throw this guy for a loop. And I say, in hindsight, I have no idea why things are the way they are.
So.
Sorry.
But we're gonna fix it.
Foreman did a bit better than he did.
Yeah.
With understanding.
Excuse me, sorry. Awfully rude of me. My name's Holt. I'm just a private in the militia here. You guys here to fix it? You adventurers?
Of sort.
You could say that.
Makes sense. You got any idea what's going on?
Nope.
I look at him and I point at the book, and I was just like, "Were you not listening to what I just said?"
You know, when you start throwing complex terms like that at me, it kind of goes in one ear and right out the other.
Oh my God, novices! All right, so basically,
Alex.
basically, everybody's faking being dead, but it's not by choice.
Oh, is that why I can see my own body standing there?
You know, I'm not sure why you're an outlier, because everybody else is kind of skipping in place or like a whole 6 seconds before they're frozen, and then there's just the guy at the gate who kind of looks like a douchebag.
Can I roll to see if I notice anything else strange in this area?
He's just standing there.
Did you roll that 18 for it, John?
No, the 18. See if he understood.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you can roll insight. Jazz, if you want to roll insight too, that'd be cool because you're kind of off in the shadows somewhere. Listening from a distance.
All of John's good rolls are going to out of combat experience.
Oof. Did we lose her?
Jazz?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, we can hear you.
Can now.
God damn it. I want to imagine that I'm like standing directly behind Holt.
Like his body, like you're
Yes.
hiding behind his body.
Yeah.
Oh, he's skinny enough.
Jazz, you're focused on hiding too much to be insightful. But John, Borman, you can kind of tell that things are starting to change the closer you get to the center of the town. As you can tell, this town is built around a church. Right in the center.
So do I know is this just weird ghosts moving about? Or is there like anything else moving other than just those?
You can see ravens are flying just fine through the town.
So
Holt, how long have you been frozen in
the
time?
Ravens?
He's just like, anybody notice the ravens? And as Matthew's asking this question, he's just like, Holt just scratches his head. Maybe a day and a half, 2 days-ish. It's hard to tell when the sun doesn't move. And when
I look up at the sun.
it's in a different position than when you got here.
About roughly what time of day is it,
Morning,
based on that sun?
like morning, and you got here early afternoon. It's
Hmm.
backwards.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Okay. Have you noticed anybody acting strange recently within the town? You know, maybe somebody from out of town other than us with like weird miracle-like abilities.
Well, two things kind of happened that were weird recently. The earliest one is some little kobold feller came in and was like asking around for things. Wasn't sure what he was talking about.
He's a friend of ours.
Oh, well, that's good to know. And the other thing is, our bishop said that he'd found an artifact that was sent to him by the Raven Queen. You see, that's our deity here, and this snaps in your mind, Borman, that's the reason why ravens can move.
It's just like that. Oh, face.
Yeah.
When he says the Raven Queen, do any of the ravens like pay us any mind?
None of them pay you mind. It's just that they're normal ravens, just able to move through the magic, no problem.
Okay. Well, listen, where does the bishop live?
Well,
We'd like to talk to him about that artifact.
he lives inside the church. He points a little bit a ways. You can towards the front of the church.
Magic.
That's probably where he is. Still, I don't know. Maybe he's not moving.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess it's worth a check out. Thank you for your time, Holt. Gang, y'all want to go to church?
Holt hears from behind him, Ara.
Jesus Christ! What the? You had a third person?
Yes, this whole time.
Rogues, they're sneaky, aren't they?
She's no rogue.
Oh. What? What?
And I just start walking away.
I follow him. I'm not giving context.
You just pop out from behind his body and just continue to go with your strut.
Borman just gives him a look up, like, I also deal with this.
He just like, he looks at Borman. Adventurers, right?
Tell me about it. Go follow them.
You kind of have that like military camaraderie with them, John.
Old words for an
Yeah.
adventurer.
I'll be right back, bathroom.
John's gotta go again.
You know what? Timer.
This time he said bathroom at least. So you get to.
Gosh, you guys don't just have a 4-gallon jug strapped to your leg with a tube? Gosh.
With the cat.
No.
God, do you even play D&D? Like, ugh.
Oh God.
Gosh,
You're both
do you
disgusting.
even play the D&D
You're-
like a real professional?
You're both absolutely disgusting. Oh.
That's valid.
I bet he's a fighter, man.
What are you doing?
Oh my fuck, Matthew.
No, that's for
Which is funny because John typically is not a
Yeah, he's not a fighter.
striker. He's typically never a striker.
Yeah. Anyway, so you get to the front door of the church. You can see it's partly open, but like not enough for a person to get through. Definitely not enough for Mormon to get through. He's a chunky boy.
I want to try to push open the door.
I'm gonna grab your wrist.
Uh-oh.
Let's not do that.
Ah.
We have scruff. There's another trick to scruff other than me being able to move in 30 feet at will.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain what's about to happen with scruff. I'm gonna be able to see and hear through scruff. To you, my physical body is going to be blind and deaf. Now, scruff here is going to be my eyes and ears, and I'm going to be able to control him kind of slink inside, and we can have Scruff take a look at things since time is frozen.
Well, that's mighty useful.
All right. And I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna explain the same thing to Borman so he doesn't go busting in,
Yeah.
even though he's not here.
Alright, did I miss anything?
Matthew's
Yes.
gonna be looking through Scruff.
Don't bust in.
Yeah.
Don't go opening this door. I'm gonna do some recon with Scruff,
You closing doors, Joseph?
and I'm gonna have Scruff just kind of slink inside. Because you
So-
said the door opened just enough to where something smaller could fit inside.
So do you go to do your thing right now? Like you go to look
Yes,
inside?
swapping with Scruff right now.
Minth, while he's holding your arm still, stopping you from opening the door, you see his eyes just roll into the back of his head as he stands there.
I kind of like shudder a little bit. I'm like, ugh.
You get Scruff walks in and you're explaining this scene to your party. Shit.
These should be not there yet.
They aren't. They are.
Okay.
You enter the church, and the scene in front of you is horrifying. A small kobold in robes with the scarf of your employment has fired a crossbow bolt at the bishop as he holds a staff to the sky. Above Scruff, there are 3 massive spider-like creatures descending onto the kobold. The largest of the spiders has his front half partially spectral as this thrashes around, trying to get ever so closer to its prey.
Does it look like it's making any headway?
It does not look like it's making headway, but damn if it's not trying.
I'm gonna have Scruff just kind of take a look around. Like, is there like a room that leads to like where the bishop has been like sleeping?
You can see behind the podium 2 doorways, partially open, one going down and one going up.
I'm just kind of gonna have Scruff go over there, just kind of ignoring this whole scene.
Nope.
That's gonna be a very strong nope. A fortitude niet, and perhaps even a mighty 9. And I'm just kind of gonna have Scruff go. I'll go upstairs. A Scruff.
You go upstairs, and you get into a small room, like a small but comfortable room for someone who lives here. It's kind of like a studio where there's also a little bit of a kitchen offset and bathroom.
Do I see anywhere where like he would have been like taking notes, or maybe like a journal or a diary somewhere?
Nothing too crazy. There's, religious texts and things like that. It seems uninteresting in this room.
In the kitchen area, is there any like food dangling down?
Is Scruff going to eat whatever food he sees?
If there's a sausage there, yes.
Have Scruff make a strength check.
Strength check. Okay. B-A. Okay.
What are the rest of you thinking of Alex
Oh.
explaining this to you guys? Oh.
Can't get to it. Rolled a 4 for the strength check on a sausage link.
Oh,
The dog
the
goes...
Scruff's just hanging on by it.
Scruff's just hanging from it because he can't move it.
Can I make a dexterity check for Scruff to kind of like whip his body up and down to rip the whole sausage link down?
I guess I'll give you another check. Yeah, sure.
Damn it!
The dog is just wiggling on this sausage like a fish on a hook.
Whimpering. Can he get the food?
Scruff's just kind of gonna drop down. He's giving up. He's gonna leave and go downstairs now.
He's going to the downstairs area.
Yeah, he's gonna go check out the downstairs area.
You see a dungeon-like area full of spider webs with a pedestal, a place where a staff could be set, and a book, a journal.
I'm gonna have Scruff grab the book and just kind of carry it with him out.
Okay. Like all the way out of the church?
Yeah, all the way out of the church, back to me, and kind of like drop it in my hand, and I'm just kind of gonna stuff it into my back pocket,
Okay.
or into like the back of my pants.
The dog comes back, and Alex's eyes return to normal. He's like,
All right, so 3 things. 1, that man has got the world's strongest sausage roll. 2, I found this book. I think we'll skim it over later, and I'm kind of gonna put it down on the ground instead of tucked inside of my butt. Just kind of gonna place it on the ground, and the other thing, and I tell them the sight before me, and I tell them specifically about the big fuck off spider that's still moving.
Oh.
And I've got a plan. I think y'all read this.
Oh.
And I'm gonna look at Borman and go, Borman, the door. I can't move it, please.
I push
Please
open the door.
roll me a strength check. You are able to push the door open with relative ease. To you.
It's almost like Dark Souls opening the double doors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, world's heaviest doors.
And now, in front of your eyes, all of you see it. The scene in front of you and the big fuck-off spider thrashing wildly above you as if it's seen something it wants to eat.
Ooh.
Here's what I say we do. I say, Borman, drag that kobold back a bit. I'm
Wait, did you say there was a crossbow bolt flying or something?
Yes, it's
Yeah, there's a crossbow
flying.
bolt flying. I'm going to have Scruff.
Can I aim it somewhere else?
You want to try to aim it?
That's what I was gonna do.
Righty, go ahead.
I was gonna
Aim
do
it
this
at
all
the
in one
spider.
fluid. Yeah.
You're gonna point it upwards. I'll let you take this strength check to move this one as well, to move the crossbow bolt. Since it's such a small object, I'm not gonna worry about it. You point it upwards. Sure.
Wait, so
I made
half
sure to
that
aim it.
spider is still moving.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I
So-
moved the crossbow bolt, now to move.
Jazz, is there something you want to say about that, or like try to figure out about it?
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm. What's your idea? I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, would you say I'm probably disguised right now?
I would say that you have been walking into this open room and haven't said anything about hiding behind anywhere.
No, not hiding. Disguise.
Yes, disguise. You look like a normal person. I figured that's what you look like normally.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and reveal my true form.
Yeah? In front of the spider?
Yeah. And I'm gonna use my wings to fly up to it.
Yeah. Okay. It's trying to get at you. The closer you get and the closer you seem to be getting to it, it notices you and it's like... You can tell that if you get too close, it will make an attack at you.
You know, that's fine, because I think I want to try and make an attack at it.
Okay. Before we start combat here, I'm gonna have Scruff run up and grab the crossbow bolt that John pointed at the spider.
Yeah.
Run around to where the priest is, because the crossbow bolt will still have all the momentum when time resumes, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it pointed to go directly into the wrist joint, that little soft area in between the hand and the wrist,
Ooh.
that if struck hard enough forces your hand to open.
Okay. So,
and he's just kind of gonna place it there. Like he's not jabbing into him, but he's like placing it right there, and he's just kind of gonna duck down and be ready to catch the stick.
So
And
I want you to know something interesting about what John did. If he pointed it up, right, the momentum was forward. If you left it that way, it would have just a fucking stick with the force of a crossbow bolt would have just hit the priest in the face.
yeah, so
Maybe
I
this is for
figure
the
it'd be.
better.
I figure it's probably for the better that we do it that way, Borman. I appreciate the idea. However, I have another gimmick in store for this
Foreman, you gonna
motherfucker.
drag the kobold away?
Yes.
Okay, where are you dragging him to? Alright, put your body there too.
And give me just a second, Mint. And I'm going to take one of my second level spell slots, because I'm a level 3 wizard, to cast Animate Dead on one of the skeletons in my bag
You need a
of 2
skelly?
skeletons.
You need a skelly boy? I'll give you a skelly boy. Need a skelly?
I need a skelly boy.
You see Mint like kind of holding her rapier, ready to poke the sand spider.
I'll give it control to Matthew. And I'm gonna name it Skelly Boy.
And I need to find the chart for the skeleton.
Yep. And so you now have a skeleton with you as well. Jazz, are you gonna try to poke it while it's like this or not?
What do you mean while it's like this?
You know, before time resumes?
Yeah, why not?
I'm just gonna tell you what happens. You two, both of you, try to make an attack at each other, but you phase through each other with the front half of it.
Huh.
As if, like, the people stuck in their own time loop.
Well, I tried.
I appreciate the ferocity. You might actually benefit from just backing up just a little bit, Mint. And since I animated the dead,
Yeah.
I'm also going to prepare a scorching ray. This is me holding my action for time to resume.
Okay.
I'm
And
gonna. Oh, good.
Okay, that means
Good.
fair. You haven't figured out. Yeah, you're gonna hold.
are we ready to resume time?
I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna back up to where I moved my character, but I'm still hovering midair.
Okay.
That's fine. Is everybody in position? Does anybody want to move anywhere before we get this shit started? Borman, this means you too.
I'm good.
You're good?
Mint?
I think it'd be better if I just hid.
Feel free to go hide.
I'm gonna go hide behind a pew.
Fair enough.
All right. Everybody's ready now? We're all not stinky duty. We're all ready for this?
You're all ready for this. How do you think you're gonna get time to resume again?
I'm going to have Scruff go ahead and knock the staff out of the guy's hand. Like, just nudge it up because it's a staff and they get narrower at the bottom. And so if you tap it up from the bottom, it's just going to pop right out.
Scruff will have to make me a strength check.
Strength check. God, really? I'm just going to have him keep doing this until he is able to get it out.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Look at these terrible rolls, guys. That's fucking...
There it is.
Hold
Oh,
on. Let me count how many single-digit rolls I had.
4.
I had the 3 immediately after the crit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had a 4 after that, a 9 after that, a 6 after that, a 3, a 9, and then finally a 20.
Alrighty. The dog starts pushing the staff.
Mm-hmm.
And when time starts to resume as as a silent, forceless shockwave wafts over the area. Roll me a wisdom saving throw for your familiar.
God. And of course, he's going to fail it this time. Because the dice are not on my side. Yep.
You can feel the pain your dog feels as it takes 2d10 necrotic damage from the staff.
So you guys watch Scruff cease to exist.
No!
By the way, 69.
I rolled a 6 and a 9, yeah!
Scruff poofs out of existence. The staff falls to the ground. Wait, I didn't have Scruff pick up the staff. I had him just nudge it out of the priest's hand.
He was pressing his face against it with all of
fair.
his force with
Fair,
4
fair.
failed rolls. If you rolled a 20 on the first one, I wouldn't have made you do the same.
Yeah. He's texting me right now.
Time resumes with the sound of the priest screaming with the arrow shoved into his wrist.
And I guess since time is moving again, I was holding my action for that to do a Scorching Ray at
The big blue spider.
the big blue spider. So a 15, a 20, and an 18.
You hit all 3 of them.
Cool. 66. Fire damage. That is 16 fire damage.
Alrighty. Now that time
That was a rough roll.
Everybody, roll me initiative. These things are not happy.
Natural 20 for initiative.
Oh,
Fuck
balls.
you, game.
So Matthew goes first. John.
Oh, I need to roll initiative for my skeleton as well.
Yes, you do. Jazz will need to roll initiative as well.
Sorry.
That's fine. I'm just saying. Because I want to roll afterwards because it's...
That is not my character sheet. Fuck off, Discord.
So a natural 20 leading to a 23 and an 18 with the skeleton.
Yep.
Yes, please.
I see that.
Thank you.
Alright. I'll roll the spiders. Oh, Jazz got a 13. Hey, she's exactly where I thought she'd be. Before John, but after Matthew's bullshit.
Yeah, really.
Okay. Oh, interesting there. Oh my god, they all go last. Well, except for, I think one beats John.
Thank you, baby.
No problem.
Well, 2
Well,
beat
you want
John.
orange juice in your backpack?
Can I get some more shoes too?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
This guy's thing so I can add turn on the last one. Alrighty. Matthew, you are first.
Okay. Since that was both my second level spell slots, I'm going to... God, I've been rolling too poorly. I'm gonna magic missile the big blue.
You're gonna magic missile Big Blue? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna magic missile the big blue with all 3 of the darts aiming right at him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage. Magic missile never misses.
That is... God, that's such shit damage. 2 1s and a 4. 9 damage.
It takes it. You blast pieces of carapace off. The ichor from its blood slowly bleeds out of it. Are you gonna move at all?
No, but as my bonus action... Actually, you know what? Yes, I will move. So let's see, how far can I move? I can move to there, and then from there, that's a... Let me look at Mage Hand right quick. Mage Hand, it's a casting time of 1 action, and it's a range of 30 feet. I couldn't do it if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The priest
Fuck
is...
no, baby. I'm gonna stay right here.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay right here.
The priest is
Okay.
screaming in pain like he's
Yes.
never felt anything like this before.
Excellent.
It is Skelly Boy's turn.
Cool. So Skelly Boy is going to move up in front of me to the face spider,
Yeah.
and he is going to attack with a short sword.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
It's a +4 to hit.
Yep, as a skeleton. As they tend to do.
Yep, just making sure.
You hit the
A
spider.
22, and it's 26 plus 2 pierce damage. Right?
Ugh,
Yes.
ugly.
That is 4 piercing damage.
The ichor bleeds out of it even more as the short sword stabs into it. It is hissing wildly. Jazz, it is your turn.
As it's hissing, I want the Skelly Boy to scream back in that voiceless skeleton chatter sound. Just like I imagine it hiss. I can see it hissing at the skeleton and the skeleton just chopping its lower jaw as fast as it can. So it's just a chop, 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 at the spider.
Yeah.
I'm going to sneak. Is there any way I can even sneak up to it? Like, how would that work?
No. Because if you move...
There, because you're a rogue, if the spider is distracted by something else, and that something else is a teammate within 5 feet of it,
Yeah,
I believe sneak attack damage does come into effect.
it does.
And because Skelly Boy is right next to it, I think that would.
Yes. If it is...
Jacob,
ally.
what's your rolling? Okay.
No, that is correct. Matthew is right on that. If an ally is an adjacent target and it's focused on the ally, you can do sneak attack damage to the creature.
Alright. I'm gonna sneak up to this spider,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna sneak attack it.
I'm gonna scoot right there. That makes more
Okay.
sense. Alrighty.
Yeah, like you
So
came
it's
up on the
where-
blind side of it.
Which
Yeah.
weapon are you attacking with?
My rapier.
Okay, roll normally.
Roll normally. One.
Don't forget, adds your dex and proficiency together with your roll.
Give me 1 sec to double check that.
Prof should be 2, and whatever your dex is.
Okay. Ah, shit, that's supposed to be a 5.
It's supposed to be a 5.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
didn't
are
add the proficiency.
able to hit the creature.
Alright,
Stab it
let
with
me
your
get
rapier.
that sweet damage.
Oh, Jacob, you want to know what's sad?
What?
Skelly Boy has the same intelligence modifiers than I had,
It is a
of
skeleton.
a -2.
Out of brain.
Actually, they had the same score of 6 for intelligence.
It'd be 2d6s and also your d8s plus your dex mod. So, I mean, you fucking...
But
I believe.
isn't the 2d6s once I hit level 5, not level 4?
Nope, it's level 3.
Jesus, okay.
It's every 2 levels you get another d6, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
nuts. Either way, even without the sneak attack damage, you stab this creature somewhere vital, and it slams to the ground, ichor leaking out of its body. You're now standing in the
much easier
open.
than I thought.
Oh, I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide again, if that's alright.
Where are you going to hide? You've moved, attacked, and a bonus action to hide in the open.
My skin is red, I blend in with the carpet.
Ah, no.
She lays down flat on the floor.
You turned into a flounder.
I tried. Okay. Well, that's
Skelly
my
Boy
turn.
collapses over
Jazz,
top
you
of her.
still- you can use your bonus action to dash, disengage, or hide. You got 3 choices.
I'm gonna dash over here.
Alrighty.
Shasha.
The first streeter, after seeing its comrade get stabbed, climbs over the pew unabated and looks at you, Jazz.
Some fuckers.
You can see the venom dripping from its fangs as it goes to bite you.
Alright.
Kinky.
22 to hit.
Yeah, I think that hits.
Alrighty. You take this.
Jacob, please don't.
6 piercing damage, and make me a Constitution saving throw.
A con throw, huh? God damn it, I need to like close my Discord because I keep opening that on accident.
Jesus, Matthew. This is the one succubus I've never seen that's not into fighting.
Bold of you to assume.
This D&D.
If you fail this con save, you won't be into this anymore. Okay, you didn't. Well, actually, okay, no. You succeeded. It's not nearly as painful, but you still feel burning within your body. You take 4 acid damage.
Oof.
Wouldn't that be poison damage or the specifically acid?
This one's different.
Okay.
Borman, it's your turn, and the kobold looks at you like, oh, thanks, big guy. How did I get here? Thought I was in the middle of the room.
Danny DeVito?
Hello?
What?
Borman just points over to the priestess and it's just staff, frozen, moved you from,
Gotcha.
points the spider.
He gives you the, like, okay symbol with his hand. Gotcha. I'm out of spell slots. I really can't help you right now.
Then stay.
He gives you 2 thumbs up and sinks in behind the pews. Will do.
He probably notices because you see the Borman's eyes go like with that red tint,
Yeah.
but not as like, it's just like you see him go red tint and then just dash over.
That was dash? Okay.
Yeah, I
know. The other streeter sees the 2 on that one and decides to find prey in something that is unchosen. It's going to leap over the pews to you, Matthew.
Okay.
And it's also going to try and bite you. I don't think an 8 hits.
No.
No. And that's it. That's its turn. Matthew, you're up.
Well, this streeter just got in my fucking face, and I don't like it very much. So I'm going to...
Necrophilia.
Actually, I'm going to use my necrotic orb to give myself the 1 necrotic spell slot back
Yeah, to use a necrotic spell slot. Yep.
of a 2nd level spell, and I'm going to animate another skeleton.
What possessively Danny DeVito?
There it is. You have a 2nd Skelly Boy. Skelly Boy 2,
And-
Electric Boogaloo.
That is its initiative.
Wow, it's still faster than Jazz.
And since that was my action,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of going to look at it and go, my friends fight for me. And then I'm just going to sit there and I'm going to fold my arms and just kind of get real relaxed looking.
Oh my god. It's both Skelly Boys' turns, basically.
Okay. They're going to flank the shit out of it. It's 4 to hit. Okay. So Does a 16 hit?
You missed the first one, but you hit the second one. Or well, no wait, that's an
It's a
advantage.
flank.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
flank.
My brain just. Yes.
It's okay.
You hit.
And then I'll have them go at the same time to make the order a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And
You
does
missed
the second
one.
hit? All right, second one misses.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a D6 plus 2. And that's going to be 5
I think it's
piercing damage.
Yeah. It sticks into it a little bit, but it doesn't go all the way through. The chitin is hard enough to.
And they're just going to keep chopping their teeth at it in like an intimidation attempt.
Jazz, it is your turn.
Well, I can't hide, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stab this boy.
Okay.
Probiscus strike.
Probiscus strike.
It was like trying to stab it in its mouth.
Stays for President 2021.
Sorry, trying to do math.
You
Does a 13 hit?
are unable to hit it, or at least, well, if you do hit it, it doesn't break through at all or do damage.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and disengage.
You can still move because you haven't taken a move action. Disengage is your bonus.
If I move about here, that would be flanking it, right?
Let's see here. Each of these pews, if you go straight through it, will cost you 10 movement. So that is 20 movement to get through over the pews.
That is unfortunate.
You can set yourself up for later. Or go straight to the other one. Okay.
I'm just debating.
We got this one.
Wait, hold up. Jacob,
Yeah.
how tall are the pews?
Pews are,
Roughly
like,
3 feet, but it would count as difficult terrain.
yeah, they're like probably up to your waist, maybe a little higher, maybe like somewhere between your waist and chest.
Cool, I'm still in my true form. I'm gonna fly 5 feet up and just fly over the pew if that's alright.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Alrighty, and that's your movement. Cool.
There's a demon in the church.
It is the streeter's turn, the one in front of you and Borman, but you disengaged with it, so it decides that it doesn't like the angry pigman over there. And it goes to bite at you, John. And it misses completely. Slams its fangs into the ground.
Is it stuck now?
Oh,
No, it
guess
just...
who's prone now?
Oh, yeah, it's proned. Well,
His fangs are stuck now.
the bursting shield, right? Yeah, the bursting shield
Yep,
activates
bursting
on
shield.
how bad it misses and just slams the thing into the ground.
As long as it misses by 2 AC.
Don't you do a little bit of damage too?
3 force damage.
Yeah. It cracks the pew underneath its weight from the force damage.
I look at Borman and I'm
Basically
like,
bashed
nice.
shield over its head.
John, it is your turn.
Cute. So I'm just gonna... Do I have advantage on this hit?
No, not exactly. Not right now. Now you do.
Okay,
Oh, wait, it was prone. You had advantage anyway. Never mind. Whatever. You still have advantage.
whatever. I have double advantage.
That's not a thing.
I know.
You roll 4 times.
Goddamn, that'd be actually insane.
Well, I mean, it's possible to fuck that up if my roll history is anything to go by.
Fair.
We're still gonna do this one-handed, but I want to keep the shield active.
Yep.
Okay.
And this is with the Be Good stick.
You hit it. You smacked the spider.
And this is with rage damage. Woo.
Yep. You get that bonus rage damage.
Nine.
It cracks its chitinous plating. I'm guessing you hit it in the face. As it's looking at you.
Yeah.
A little bit of ichor starts to come out, but not too much, not overly. It's the other streeter's turn, and it may be dumb. Oh man, is it really dumb? But it found a food source and it wants to continue to try to get at it. It's gonna try to bite you, Matthew.
Okay. I'm gonna cast shield.
It goes to bite, and you cast shield, and it slams into a magical force field. Its front limbs are wiggling, trying to get at you from behind the shield, as it cannot.
Pathetic.
Matthew, it is your turn. Well, it's your whole crew's turn, basically.
Oh man, I have a funny rhyme I want to do if this works out in my favor.
Okay.
12 doesn't hit, and a 23 does.
What about your? Are you gonna do anything for your turn?
Oh shit, I forgot. I go before the Skelly Boys.
Yes. We'll keep
sorry,
these rolls for the.
Yeah, I'm doing them all at the same time. For my turn, I'm going to How's the
what?
Is he still with pain?
Oh,
How's
yeah,
the priest looking?
The priest is pathetic. He's never felt physical pain before, and this is pretty intense.
I'm going to fuck it. Why not? I'll roll for this. I'm gonna touch the spider.
I'm gonna touch the spider. Oh, are you doing?
I'm
something?
gonna. No.
Oh no.
I'm gonna do my newer necromancy spell that I didn't get a chance to use.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast Cell Decomposition.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna grab the spider by the face.
You stick your hand and grab it on the top of its head while its fangs are still wildly thrashing.
And it takes a d6 of necrotic damage. And you see 2 damage worth of whatever's on the streeter just fall off and disintegrate. And then the
plating falls off and just turns into goo.
And then it gets stabbed in the back by my Skelly Boy. And when this is all going on, I'm just gonna go. When the streeter tries to bite again, it's time for the Skelly Boys to strike again.
I think you killed Jazz.
I was taking a drink at the same time as he said that. Oh no.
Alrighty. And that's all of your turns? Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I could do. Actually, you know what? For the for the sake of it, I'm going to after having touched the spider, I'm just gonna turn my back and walk 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet away.
Well,
I'll take that opportunity of attack, yeah.
All right.
Go ahead and go for it.
16.
16, and I'll shield again.
As you're walking, cool guys, don't look at cling explosion.
Yeah, literally, that's all that's happening. I'm just gonna walk up to the priest as best I can now.
Alrighty, Jazz. It is your turn.
This streeter is now flanked, right?
It's flanked and prone, so you had advantage anyway.
Great.
Stab it in the butt.
Excellent. I'm stabbing in the butt.
Right.
Nip it in the butt, they say.
Stab it in the butt. She's gonna stab it in the butt.
You hit it.
She's going in deep.
Oh,
Oh, please rephrase, John.
fist that spider.
She's not a monk.
I'm
I had
sorry.
my
Shove that
proficiency
rapier all the way
in
up to the hilt.
I add my
No, you add your dex bonus to your blade damage, to your rapier damage.
Thank you.
I knew where
Having
you
a
were going.
stroke today.
Yeah.
You've heard of swallowing swords. Now get ready for the new Olympic sport. Butt-chugging rapiers.
And then 2d6
And that's sneak it.
with your sneak attack.
No, because I'm not doing the sneak attack.
Oh, no, you get it if you get
No,
it.
you get it because Borman's within 5 feet.
Oh, I did not know that.
Sneak attack.
Or if you have advantage.
Sneak attack works if an ally is distracting the creature or you have advantage. It's passive. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, should I have stayed up till 5:30 a.m. cleaning pool? No. Did I do it anyway? Yes.
The street
Not your
is leaking a lot
We
of
just don't
ichor.
there.
It is vastly hurt. And it gets up off of being prone and spins around to you, Jazz. Hi, Jazz. It's gonna bite at you.
Hi.
Hi. A 9 doesn't hit it.
No, it does not.
Alright, John, kill this fucking thing.
Borman smash.
Borman smash. Yeah. You crush its abdomen, and ichor flies all over you. As it
I
just
like to imagine it
shatters.
had 2 health.
It had 1 health.
Oh! 1 heart warrior?
What are we?
Oh yeah, it turned around, so I basically, I destroyed its ass.
John destroyed its ass. Oh my god.
Roll a con save to see if you're covered in webbing.
Oh, it's just covered in ichor. John, you gonna move or anything? All you did was slam it. Okay. A new fleshy feast has moved towards the other streeter. It doesn't like the bone men.
It doesn't like the bone man.
These things are too dumb to go after anything but what would be food. I want you to know this.
That's fine.
And it goes to make a bite at John. I think a 22 hits, John. For once.
Shit, it does.
For once.
He landed.
Shut up.
Jacob just didn't want me to use that skeleton poison immunity.
Does an 8, or it does 4 damage to you, John, and make me a Constitution save. All these things do acid anyway. So then it
So
also
4 plus.
yeah. And then you take 10 acid damage as it courses through your veins.
And that's a serious case of heartburn.
That's a serious
Ah.
case of heartburn. That is the streeter's turn. Matthew, it is your turn now.
Okay. I'm gonna keep walking towards the priest menacingly. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Alrighty. Priest is
And while he's just kind of like down on the ground clutching his hand, I'm just kind of gonna look at him and go, having some trouble there.
he's just like, who are you?
You're God, and I'm gonna use Mage Hand to lift up the staff so he can't grab it.
Alrighty. It's the Skelly
Is it
boy.
time for my Skelly boys? I love them so much.
Well, the first one hit, and the second one hit.
That's gonna be. I'll just do 2d6s plus.
Yeah.
2.
Fine.
Wait.
It'd be +4.
Yeah, +4. I was just like, wait. That's snake eyes. 6 damage.
Oh, snake eyes. Jazz, it is your turn. You look up, you look over, and you just see like skeletons and Borman fighting a giant spider.
You know what? They probably got this. I'm gonna go up over next to Alex and just like flash my teeth at the pastor, because
He
you know,
he
true
looks at
form.
you and he screams, "Demon in the church!"
Buddy, you got a lot worse than demons in your church. And I kind of point over my shoulder at the 2 skeletons fighting the spiders.
The
I think he
spiders
just
were
faints at
sent
this
by
point.
God. He's fucking lost his mind.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Okay.
You making any sense of this
You know
guy?
what, Jack? For shits and giggles, just make an intimidation check.
Okay.
With advantage.
Yes, with
Necromancer,
advantage.
what?
Yeah, with
Oh, yeah.
advantage because I just told this guy I'm his god.
Oh god. He looks at you wide-eyed and basically wets himself.
Oh, I thought he faint or something.
And then passed out.
There it is.
Should probably
John,
treat that hand.
it's your turn.
Oh, screw it. Reckless attack.
Reckless attack, alrighty.
Reckless attack, reckless
You
attack.
hit.
Oh my god. What's with the ones for damage?
You crack a ton of chitin off of this creature, and it looks back at you, still hungry for more. It has
John, are
advantage.
you raging?
He is raging.
Yes.
Okay.
He's been raging. Yeah.
Click on the symbol.
Alright.
I wasn't certain.
I have advantage now. I think a 24 hits.
Yes, it does.
It sinks its fangs back into you for 3 damage. Make me a Constitution save. You succeed this one. You feel the acid coursing through, but it's nowhere near as strong. You're able to power through it, and you take 4 more damage on top of that.
So it's 7 damage
Yeah,
total.
you take 7 altogether.
Mild heartburn.
Mild heartburn. Matthew, it is your turn.
I mean, he's unconscious. Should I be concerned of him bleeding out from his hand?
You didn't hit anywhere really that vital.
All right.
Is he still bleeding is the question.
Oh, I mean, it's bleeding, but I mean, like, he'll survive. Just because he's in pain doesn't mean it's anywhere vital.
He thinks he's dying, but like he's fine.
I suppose I should wrap this up. I'm gonna turn around and you see this, man. My eyes just kind of go completely black as I raise my hand up, palm facing at the streeter, and I'm gonna cast Necroblast, a cantrip.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm just gotta make sure. I'm just making sure. That is a 20 to hit,
Matthew, you fucking obliterated it.
and that is a D8.
Matthew, it had
Oh,
one
like a
health.
Dragon Ball Z.
It had one
Oh, like a
health,
Dragon
yeah.
Ball Z character death.
So John, it gets hit by Matthew's Necroblast, and the front end starts to shrivel, but the back end swells with gases immediately, and it just pops. Goo covers you and the Skelly Boys.
For the sake of flavor, John, since the Skelly Boy's turn is next, you just kind of like wipe the goo out of your eyes, and you look up, and the 2 Skelly Boys are just sitting there doing like an Irish jig. Actually, no, they're doing a line dance. They're doing a line dance.
I just imagine before they start doing a line dance, they both look at Matthew slack-jawed like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
And then they start dancing.
They link up and do a line dance in the middle of the carpet.
The kobold walks out from behind his area, is like, you guys really saved my ass out there. I like that big pig man. He's got brawn, so much brawn. I wish he was on my team.
Well, you see, Sid. Leaning against the pew, like taking a breather.
He kind of, scurries up to you guys. I mean, you obviously figured out it was the priest that was doing it, right? I mean, like, look at him.
I just kind of like nod over to outside, and I'm just like, I mean, I found a journal in a creepy dungeon full of webs downstairs, and then the fucker caused my dog to die. So I'm pretty upset with this feller.
You that in that journal too? Ugh, it's weird.
Alex, I'm so sorry about Scruff.
He'll be back in an hour.
What?
And I just kind of sit down and start ritual casting. Find familiar.
The kobold looks at you, Jazz, while you're still in your full form. He's like, "You are the most beautiful thing I have ever seen."
Aw, thank you.
I mean, like, I literally signed my soul away to a demon to get magical powers, so I mean, you can see where my tastes lie in.
See Porman slowly walk over.
The skeletons are going to rush over after their line dance is done, and they're just kind of gonna pick the priest up, one arm per skeleton, just kind of like dragging him out.
I thought you were gonna pick up the priest with or walk over with the skeletons, have the skeletons just stab the priest while he's on the ground. Okay, yeah, you pick him up, and the kobold looks at you. He's like, "You probably know me, but I'm Thatcher. I see that. Oh, you guys are those you're those new guys I saw in the bar a couple days ago."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, the
I wish we had a group name other than the Neutralizers.
Sorry.
We'll come up with something.
The
I'm sure we
fear
will.
of giant spider death finally left my body, and I can see things clearly again.
Yeah. So, quick question. You're a warlock, right?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
And you can only cast so many spells before you gotta take a pretty long nap.
Yeah. That's for sure.
The fuck spells did you use, man? What did you use your magic for?
You see how there were only 3 spiders here?
Yeah.
They weren't the only ones.
My.
I'm gonna roll an insight check.
Okay.
Is he telling me the truth?
Yeah, you can tell he's telling you the truth, but you also figure it was probably only one other spider that he used all 4 of the spells on.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's see. Tiny kobold, dungeon, multiple spiders.
I'm just kind of gonna scratch my head like, man, he used 4 spells on one spider. What the fuck?
Do you say that kind of like mumbled to yourself?
Yeah.
He puts his hands on his shoulders and he's just like, "Hey, you used 5 on that one."
To be fair, I used 2 of those to bring these good boys to life, and the skeletons just kind of like pull their head off to tip a hat.
Are you making them do that, or are they just like that?
I will leave that to your imagination.
You just see Mint eyeing the skeletons.
He looks he looks at the priest and he's just like, "So what are we gonna do about him? We got the artifact. We really don't need him."
Oh yeah, Porman pokes Mint.
Yes, Portman?
You might want to change back before Holt or any of the other villagers come in.
Thank you very much, Foreman. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my disguise now.
You go back to your disguise before the snake boing comes out.
I'm gonna have the skeletons start dragging the priest out of the building.
Yeah.
And they'll just kind of like dump him in the street.
Oh my god.
And I'll just be like, I mean, clearly he's a danger to himself and others.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna run upstairs and grab those sausages. I say turn them into the police.
When you get outside after the skeletons have dragged him out, there's a crowd gathered. Like, why were there skeletons in the church? Why is the bishop bleeding?
May I have your attention, please?
First, before he starts, I'm gonna go tend to the priest's wound real quick.
You go do that. And you go, "May I have your attention, please?" And like the captain of the militia here is just like, "Now who the hell are you and why are you?" And Holt just like, "Sir, it's okay. They're adventurers. I'm sure they're the ones who stopped our problem. And a lot of the people are just kind of like, problem? Problem?
Your priest was raising fucking spiders in his creepy church dungeon, rambling on about the Raven Queen. I think he finally went cuckoo after discovering the magical artifact, to be real honest with you, and I kind of hold up the journal that I had placed on the ground.
There's a lot of murmurs over the crowd, and the captain's like,
And I'm going to entrust this journal as evidence to the guard captain, and I hand it over to the captain.
the guard captain takes it, and he's like, do you have evidence of these spiders?
Look in the church.
I just kind of kick the door open.
There's a massive gasp throughout the entire crowd, and the guard captain looks at Holt and the rest of the guards and goes, everyone, get these people out of here. We've got some stuff to take care of. Thank you, adventurers.
This is a real nice church. I mean, shame that, I sullied its holy ground by raising the dead, and
he looks at the skeletons and looks back at you and looks at the spiders, and he goes, we do worship the Raven Queen here. So, I mean, getting help from the undead isn't technically too bad. You did more good than you did bad in our town.
Glad to hear it. I'd like to keep this all on down low, if you don't mind. I know we just kind of caused a big scene in your town, but can we see to it that word of us doesn't make it out of here?
I mean, it's not like anything was too... Doesn't look like anything really changed the fabric of our town. We'll just elect a new bishop. It's fine.
Also, y'all can feel free to take the glory for this one. As far as I'm concerned, we concerned citizens of the kingdom saw our crown's guard in danger and decided to lend a hand. But I'm sure you could fabricate it into some weaved up story that y'all could have a town cry, or kind of stretch the truth a little bit to make it seem like y'all did all this. Get yourself a nice raise.
You see a smile go across his face, and he's like, that sounds real nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, adventurers.
Mighty noble of you, Alex.
I mean, if you remember correctly, we're not supposed to be making a huge name for ourselves. This is still, and out of earshot of the captain, this still is an underground adventuring party. We're not technically legal.
Thatcher looks at the rest of you guys and is like, come on, let's get out of here before they start asking any more questions. And he starts hobbling his way forward.
Oh, yeah, and Thatcher, I left a post for us to find our way.
Nice.
Back to the portal.
Nice. I like your thinking.
Oh, is he like hobbling from like an injury or?
No, he's just short.
Oh. I just picked one and put on my shoulder.
No, I really like this big guy we got here. He starts messing
Also,
with
your
your boar mohawk.
Before we head out of town,
Mm-hmm.
you don't mind if I look around a little bit?
What are you gonna look around for?
Nothing. I'm gonna poke into the church again,
Okay.
and I'm literally just gonna spend an entire hour in there to bring back my dog as the excuse of I'm taking a look around. I'm not actually looking. I'm just bringing my dog back.
Thatcher's just like, he gonna be okay? I saw his dog poof. At least that's the first thing I saw.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Okay.
He killed my goddamn dog.
You make it look like you're praying, and the guards don't even question it.
Out from I imagine out from behind the pedestal, the scruff just kind of runs out when the hour is passed.
Yeah. A little borf comes from the dog. Do the others? Do you wait for Alex to come back before you go through the portal, or do you go first anyway?
Hey, wait.
No, I'll wait for him.
Okay. So you wait, and he shows up. and
Well, Borman took actually a small nap, but
yeah, and you see the dog back.
I just opened the door. Scruff's back.
I'm going to pet the dog.
You pet the dog. You pet the dog so much.
And I'm gonna as a cute little thing, I'm gonna like tie the sausage link around his neck so he has like a little snack to chew on.
Oh God. Ugh. You pet the dog and you pet the meat on the dog and it's weird.
It's all slimy.
You go back through the portal.
Yep.
And Miles is there waiting. Just, and he hands you your cloak back. All fixed up how you wanted it.
I appreciate you. And I throw it over myself and put it on.
He smiles like, no problem. You guys were gone long enough for it to, matter.
How long were we gone for? Time didn't really move in that stasis bubble.
He looks over at a clock on the wall, and he's just like, about 4 hours?
4 hours? Jesus Christ. It felt like 20 minutes in and out. Well, I guess we ought to go back up to the captain.
like,
Yeah,
you
just
gave
kinda
him a
like-
look.
Stretch my arms.
Miles waves at Thatcher. Hey, Thatcher. Hey, how's it going, kid?
As he's riding on Borman's shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys get back to the captain's office. And she gives a wide, wide smile. Happy to see everybody safe and sound. Well, a little injured, but still alive. Thank you. I mean, I know it's your job and all, but I'm so glad you were able to successfully get Thatcher back.
Oh yeah, no big deal.
Yeah,
And,
I'm glad we could help.
and of course, Thatcher, I'm glad to see you're safe. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he climbs down off of Borman. I'm gonna take the longest fucking nap of my life. I'm too old for this shit, Abigail. You know that! And she kind of
Borman gives him a look.
rubs her forehead. He's such a...
I'm gonna give Thatcher a wave.
He waves back. See ya, sweet cheeks. He's been here a while, as you can probably tell. So, I'm guessing you also have the artifact too.
Yes, and I float the mage hand over to her.
Yeah, I figured you had it with Mage Hand the entire time. She goes to take it out of the Mage Hand, and you can see a little bit of sparking as the magic connects with her fingers. She winces just the tiniest bit, letting it show how it truly feels against her hands. And she walks over and puts it into the same chest where she put the necrotic orb. And grabs grabs a clear glass jar and puts it in the side compartment again. It glows a brilliant color before dimming, and she pulls out the glass jar of the necrotic energy that used to be into the staff. And now I can happily hand this object back over to those who found it.
Well, anybody want this?
I'll take it.
All right.
She takes it, puts it on the desk, and gets some money out for each of you, handing each of you 200 gold pieces, as well as a staff of feigned death, with 4 charges.
Okay. How much gold was it?
200 each.
200 each.
Yep.
All right.
And she gives you a nod. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take for us to get this next job all set up for you guys, but I have an idea of what we're going to be sending you guys to do. Remember how I said that sometimes we distribute items back into the world?
Mm.
Well, I want you to see that side of our work too. She opens up a
Alright.
drawer, and takes out a glowing white arcane crystal in the shape of a D12 and sets it on the table. And that's where we're going to end the session.
What's up with this?
And that's where we're going to end the session. And you're all level 4, so.
Okay.
All right.